Hey there, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Let's see. And I'll turn my video on here. Looks early over there.
Very early. It's 6:24 a.m. I didn't go to bed till like 1.
Oh, what were you doing? Working?
No, I went out last night to a poetry deal.
Oh,
Uh, a lot of fun. It was a whole lot of fun.
yeah, poetry is great. You write any poetry?
All the time.
Of course you would.
All the time.
There we go.
You're gonna be very upset with me. I did procrastinate. I had some stuff going on at work yesterday and did not get out of there till late. So I missed the post office and I could not get my stamp. So
Okay.
that was the purpose of me trying to reschedule because
Oh,
I didn't have the
okay.
stamp.
Right.
Kind of
That's
missed
okay.
it.
When you get the stamp,
And so
it's okay. When you get the stamp, so let's just go over the process
yeah.
while we're on. And okay, so I'm going to do this little visual. So basically, you'll have your, let's see, you'll have your document,
Hmm.
and this is just a folded envelope, for example, but basically, you've got, you're going to have your certified copies of the land patent, and then you've
Hmm.
got, you'll have your update of heirs affidavit that goes on top, right? That document will go with the copies of the land patent and copies. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that first, let's see, which one do you do? It's actually the of that declaration. Well, let's see, it's a update, declaration of update of heirs land patent. On the last,
Hmm.
you're going to turn it over. So if you say you've got the front side of the page, and you're going to turn. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. Okay. Document. Basically, that document is going to go with the certified land patents, and it's going to go to Louisiana Police Jury Parish. Um,
Okay.
there are several, there are like 22 parishes that are police jury parishes. They've made some changes. I've taken a look at it this week. And basically, there are more. But you want to get the one, approach the police jury parish that was incorporated before the Civil War. So
Okay.
before, I want to say before 1860, before 1860. And so there are definitely 22 that were incorporated in 1803. You can find them on, like, just do a search and you'll see them on the Louisiana Police Jury Parish website.
Right.
I'll send you a link, or I'll include one in the video description. So you got to get a court judgment on the declaration with the certified copy. Okay.
Okay.
And because it's a national form, after second step, the next recording will be, I'm sorry, let me just back up with the judgment. It's going to be a
Okay.
recording for the public record, getting the
Uh-huh.
affidavit or the declaration for heirs update on the land patent with the copy of the certified land patent. They go together and it goes to a judge. with a police jury parish established prior to the Civil War. Get certified copies of that, several. Let's see, then you take that certified copy and you're going to put it in an instruction letter. And you want a copy of that judgment to be put with then a UCC1 financing statement. Okay? Oh, did I lose you? No.
Yeah, nope, right here.
Okay. So you're going to take the judgment and you're going to have that put into recorded with the UCC1 financing statement.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is that filed in the same state that I filed my UCC1 for the trust? Is that the same registry, or is there? Or yeah, I could use Florida versus any of the other ones,
You can.
and I could do it electronically, right?
I would suggest. Let's see. Can you do it electronically? Let me finish this part before I answer that because I need just a moment of time of that. You can take that recording and do it right in Louisiana since they're right there. Basically,
Right.
the national form is the same across the whole board unless they've updated the UCC1 financing statement, which would be interesting to know, okay? If it is updated, it would have been updated this year. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose here. Okay, excuse me. That was gross. Just realized mic right here. Who cares if you can't see? You can certainly hear it. Anyway,
good.
Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's in Florida or if it's in the state that the property is located in. I would just consolidate everything, get the recording on the judgment, and get the UCC1 done in Louisiana since it's right there. And their office can actually do it. Right?
Okay.
What's necessary is that you prepare all the paperwork so that the paperwork is going to have instructions. I want this pile of paper, and you separate it with the paper clip to be recorded for the public record. That's basically going to be the declaration for heirs update on the land patent along with the certified copy of the land patent. In the next pile, you're going to have with a paper clip and an instruction attached or a sticky note. That'll be the UCC1. And in putting those instructions that you want the judgment on the declaration of the land patent to be recorded with a UCC1 financing statement.
Okay.
Now the question about can you do it electronically? If the documents are already there in Louisiana, it's not necessary to do it electronically. I would avoid doing anything electronically because there is some changes that happen. There are some options that are not available.
Okay.
Now, let's see. The thing about the stamp, what do you do? Oh, wait a minute. The stamp actually goes with the warrant. So that's a separate thing from doing the land patent recording for judgment and the UCC1.
Okay, now we're moving to warrant. Now you say I just print off a copy of that offline?
Oh, did they not mail it to you? Or how did they inform you that you've got this warrant?
They didn't. They do this to me every year for the last 4 or 5 years. Every year I go in and I'll go in and get it stricken. And it'll get struck for 6 months to another year, and then it'll just pop right back up. And it's been doing this every April for the last 4 or 5 years, the same cycle. And I'll go in there and get it stricken. But the last time I went in to get a motion to strike, they started some crap. All right. And trust me, they drugged me off kicking and screaming all the way because it was just ridiculous. I lost my job and stuff behind that, over $50. I spent a month in jail over $50, which I know why I spent they said it was $50, but they 1099 OID my ass for like 10 grand or more. And so that's what that was about. And so now they're out of money. So guess what? They issue another warrant. If they can repossess my body in this case, that's another 10, 14, 20 grand that they can get, plus imprison my body for the next month or so, or whatever, however in the hell they're trying to do it. But it's basically a victimless crime or debtor's prison, which I didn't consent to and never gave, consent to in the first place. I told them straight up to their face I'm nobody's slave, and that would be considered servitude. I can't be forced in a contract, and I can't go to jail for a debt. There are no debtor's prison. They didn't care. But anyway, I digress. Whoopsa. And I just want to finally shut their asses down once and for all.
Okay, so here's a remedy then. Thanks for clarifying that. It sounds like every year they do this, it's because they know they can count on it following through.
Yep.
And so my best guess is everybody who's ever been in prison has this done to them, even if their body isn't there in the jail. Because these people often turn out homeless.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened to me. I lost my job, everything, and it was an experience. It was an experience.
So with that warrant, I would say get a certified copy of the BC and submit that with the document. It could be a copy of the document and say, do the birth certificate name in all caps, accepts liability under full immunity without recourse. I'm going to say the capitis diminutia name, right? How it's written just by first letter cap, lowercase letters for the rest of the name for the first letter. So we'll say SMO. I would put SMO all in lowercase letters. Does not consent to criminal abuse. And put SMO, comma, in private capacity, comma, or you can leave off the commas. SMO in private capacity. SMO in private capacity does not consent to criminal abuse, and make the and in all caps, because that's a continuation, kind of like an affidavit where you go to the next line. And does not consent to criminal abuse and rejects fraudulent system to contract with, and here I'll put parentheses because this is where you would enter the name of the agency in all caps. Okay, so I would say, yeah, that's, I will put it in the email or in the video description about that so you can see how it's worded, but the birth certificate is what they're after. And if you submit the birth certificate, excuse me, I'll get this one more time. Let me just mute. We don't need more snot coming here. Okay, thank you. Let's see.
Welcome.
Yeah. So if the birth certificate is not submitted in place of the man, then they'll come after the man each and every time. So by doing it this way, and the way it's delivered is registered mail, because then this brings in the postal union, the Universal Postal Union, and
Right.
that's where the stamp comes in. So the stamp, okay. So let's say we've got this warrant, you've just filled it out, and it's out. That's where you're going to write the words on here. Birth certificate name accepts all liability under full immunity without recourse. And then you do the capitis diminutia minima. Does not consent, in private capacity only, does not consent to criminal abuse. And the big capital, all cap letters, and rejects this fraudulent system to contract with, and you put in all cap letters the name of the agency.
Right. Okay. That you make everything with you seem so simple. You know that. But as I said, I'm done studying. I'm putting down the books, all action. All right. I understand where you're going with this, and it really is that simple. I actually read this before.
Okay. Yeah.
How it's done. I think it was Nature Remedy, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, basically, I'm going to, in a nutshell, I'm basically going to take the document, attach a birth certificate to it, add some wording. On the back of that document, I'm going to place a postage stamp with the thumbprint and the signature diagonally across that. And there's something else that I'm missing here. So
you need the date on there.
Okay. Yeah, simple. See?
That just makes it valid for that day, right? That you're going to deliver at same time. Okay. Yeah, so that's where on the back of the warrant, or the copy of this warrant, you would put a squiggle line. So let's say this is going to be the top right-hand corner. I don't know if it gets flipped in the video, but you do a squiggle line just so that nobody else, and I do this in a red ink.
Yeah.
That's to blank and void out anybody else adding stuff. That's why on the back of child support letters, what they'll do is intentionally left blank. They'll print that on the back of the document, the letter. And this is the corner, the lower left-hand corner, that you're going to put the stamp. That's the priority mail stamp. And then you're going to have the autograph, the date. You don't need a fingerprint on this because you've already got the judgment on there. You can. Just do it for fun. I mean, it's good to cover all bases. And then the date on there, diagonal. In red is for land, purple is sovereignty. Okay, so you got your choice of what kind of ink you got available. Let's see, so that's on the warrant. Now, on the front of that document, that's where you're going to do your your acceptance. Birth certificate name accepts all liability under full immunity without recourse. And then you're going to put a stamp. Let's see. Don't do the bottom here. Do it somewhere at the end. Okay, so when you have all your writing down the front, do your stamp. You're going to have two stamps, and it doesn't have to be the priority mail stamp. It can be just a first class stamp.
Okay. I'd rather do the priority.
Okay.
Yeah. But whatever ingredients call for, I'm going to add them.
Okay. Yeah.
We're cooking. Oh, we're cooking.
It's going to be one stamp. You're going to after the wording, you do your stamp. That one you're going to include, that's basically the stamp duty. Bill Turner, I'll put a video link in, but Bill Turner does a stamp duty video, which is very informative. And he puts the stamp that he's going to sign, he puts a second stamp unmarked. Okay, so that unmarked stamp that's applied to the front of the document is to pay for the stamp duty, right? That's to, it's like it's prepaid, right? But
Right.
the stamp you're going to make is going to be autograph, date, and you can do your thumbprint just so that there's that ID, because they already got your ID, right? Your thumb stamper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I put my middle finger up there.
That's right. Give them two.
Here you go.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Yeah, because I'll be checking which finger is that. That's not the thumb. No, let's see which one it is.
Bro, you wilding this morning? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is gonna be a relief just to kind of get off. Now, do I show up for this stuff, or I'd like to stay out of their vineyard if possible.
Right, you don't want to give them a choice, because if given a choice, they're going to take the one that can cause the most harm, and they'll take
Right
over a paper.
Okay.
So this is where the document gets mailed to whoever it's addressed to, right?
Yeah.
Or that office, because they don't really put anybody's name. So you put that agency on, mail it registered mail. That gets it into the Universal Postal Union database. So you'll also have tracking, and do an additional form, which I think costs like $250 or something. It's the signature request.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That way you get your third witness.
Yeah. I will put these instructions in the video description, or in an email. Yeah.
Okay. I thank you for all your help. I've been struggling with this well, not struggling with it. I've got 3 different methods on how to take care of it laid out, but everything I did the 1099 for the warrant. I made that for like $1 million because they didn't put a price on how much it was. So I didn't know.
Oh, well, you know what? Because you're the judge on this document that you'd be submitting for the warrant, you can put on the value that they can access.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. You don't want cents, so if you did just $1, this account can be accessed for $1, not to exceed $1.
Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise, if they have an instrument, they can put their inflated prices on, and everybody collects something. But how far does $1 get split? It's like it shows them. Well, you can do that because you're the judge on that paper with that postage stamp on the back, and nobody's really able to add to it.
Right. Right. Now, no, with the tickets and so forth, no, you're just rejecting. You're not accepting because you're accepting or accepting period income. For those, I'm just rejecting. But for if wanted to, I wanted to be nice and give them $1. Because they should be giving me every dime back that I had to spend in that horrible place. But I'm going to just reject it all. But the ticket reject all
Um,
of it reject. I don't.
well, the part that you're rejecting is actually you're rejecting participating in the fraudulent system, but you're honoring the liability. You'll accept and honor the liability because we're in bankruptcy, and in bankruptcy, um, it's a game, right? And this game of bankruptcy has been overplayed for the past 20 years.
Right.
So, or it's probably longer. Yeah. Anyway, the whole point is we didn't have a remedy, and you are providing the remedy. You're taking responsibility to provide the remedy. And that's what the whole thing about even using the stamp is about, because you're using gold-backed stamps.
That's what it was.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Um,
It is payment because it's all prepaid. It's all prepaid.
yeah.
So the stamp is actually
And you hold on, your audio is a little, I'm not
okay.
hearing. Let's see.
What about there? No? Yay? Nay? No.
Let's see.
I'll just do this. Here. How about that?
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you crystal
Okay.
clear.
Great.
Crystal clear.
Great. Okay. This is just so that when I upload it, the audio will be sufficient.
Right. So the stamp would be considered money. Okay. I don't want to get into it too much because
I'll give it to you in a nutshell, okay?
yeah.
So
Go ahead.
the U.S. postage stamp is backed by the French gold franc, which was set up by Benjamin Franklin before this whole bankruptcy started. I think it was like late 1700s. Benjamin Franklin was offered the position as U.S. president, but he rejected that. He wanted to deal with the money, and that was where he said, "I want to be the general, the postmaster general." So it's
All right.
that's where it goes back to. Gold is 100% natural abundance by phonon resonance, as opposed to
Right.
silver, which is only 51.8% phonon resonance. So that's why with silver you're covered, but there's still some liability not being it's only part way. Majority though is covered with silver.
Right. Gold, on the other hand, stops everything pretty much. Pretty much pays for everything in that case. I'm just straightening something out in this van of mine. Yeah, gold pretty much takes out everything when it comes to that. Okay, so off subject here. Since you brought that up, then why are we taking our earned labor monies, monetary funds that we earn during labor? Why do we take those and trade them for notes? Why can't we just take those and say redeem for like lawful money? Because I don't want to spend like Federal Reserve notes or run off a credit or something like that. I prefer to just redeem every dime that I earn for lawful money. In that case, will they give me gold? Well, I can redeem it in anything that I want to.
So it's a matter the way the banks do it. I should say, I can't say here. The way the banks do it in Switzerland is they convert their fiat into gold. So it's a matter of each and every individual to, let's see, to convert their earnings into gold. and that's where the gold has been hindered and I want to say restricted. But the gold-backed currency does exist. You can't demand payment in gold because gold, we're still in the clean out stage. I don't know when. All I know is Switzerland's going to do their currency reset in 2023. Something happens in 2023, and that's when, from what I've been told, is by one source, is that it's going to be changing everything, and by the structural fortification that's happening in Switzerland, it shakes the earth a bit. I don't know what it is, but that part, Switzerland anyway, is just making way. They're going over the top with their fortification of their physical buildings.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, why do you need a swimming pool size for foundation, Olympic size swimming pool as your foundation of this building for the Swiss broadcast? And that's where they have some amazing engineering structures that are being put up. And my partner said he's never seen anything like this. So if we only have 4 years, what are you doing with your time?
Exactly.
It's not to mess around with this system. It's really to grab what you can and build your community, because the ones who are in geographic location are going to be part of your community. I'm so glad I'm out of Switzerland.
Right. Yeah, me too. I need to just book a ticket and get my butt down there to see you. Up there to get my butt up there to see you. Weekend or something. Sit around and study. Just pick your brain. Study. I can bring all my study material, and you can bring all yours, and we'll just have a study date. How about that?
I don't need to study anymore. I'm done. I need to build a community and get resources.
I'm always studying. Never stops. It's always something.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, I'm curious, has the creator come to approach you at any time since we've last spoken?
I'm afraid this. I must say yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's a. I get the reason why I say it. Maybe I need to add some clarity to that. Okay, and when I say it in my head, it's simply because ever since last year, right around April of last year, I've been getting these weird emails. Well, not weird. It's more of a prophecy of an email. And what these emails basically tell me is, to me, scary, because they talk about some of the incidents that went on with me and how everybody had pretty much turned for me when I was going through everything, and that the reason behind a lot of this was because of they're attacking me because of what he put in me. And what he put in me was like you said yesterday, more than average is what he put in me. And that the enemies have been attacking my finances from everything. But the last one that he sent me was that he sees paperwork, documents, and a transfer, and that they're trying to hinder the transfer for something that was mine already. But because of my ignorance and not knowing, they didn't help me get it. They pretty much stole it and kept it for themselves. So he's basically saying with the last one that with everything that's been filed, basically everything that's been filed and the things that I've been through and everything's supposed to come to fruition. But the enemy, you just keep saying the enemy keeps hindering, the enemy keeps hindering this financial thing for me. And so that I should say certain things, grace, mercy, stuff like that. It's hard to explain when I'm not reading it, but I could send you.
So
Yeah, I could shoot you. I could shoot you over a
no,
copy of.
no, you
I
don't.
get about.
You don't have to. You don't have to. What email address is it? What email address is receiving this? Are you receiving it from? Or what account are you receiving it from? Is it the Proton mail?
No, it's in my Gmail.
Okay. Okay,
It's in my
that's
Gmail. From something ministry. I know that much.
okay. I don't need the name. I don't need to see the email. Anything coming off through Gmail is all AI.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and they can put together emails and feed you what you want, and they can instruct you to destroy yourself.
Right. Right. Oh no, definitely. It's always something positive that that's instructed or asked me to do or to say or something like that. Like for example, I have to speak as far as rebuke the devourer. All right. And I again, when things like that says, when he says like rebuke the devourer and stuff like that, it just lets me know that our words are power. And so whatever energies or whatever are trying to attack me at that particular point, just speak it, and it'll kind of dissipate in that case. It's everything that he gives me is actually positive. It never tells me to go out and hurt, harm, or injure somebody. Never ask for money. Never ask for anything. It's just that I don't know why I started receiving them, but I'll put it to you this way. When I was alone in the woods at night, no place to go, it was nice to read a message from something or someone or whoever was sending them, to know that somebody was thinking about me. Because at that point in my life, nobody really gave a fuck. To be honest with you, they didn't give a fuck. And so I use those words of encouragement to kind of have something to look forward to. You know, to know that it's not all over, that it's gonna get better, because everything around me was telling me that it wasn't. But the only thing that held true was I would look forward to that email once a week. I would look forward to it.
Oh, what was it? A set day of the week that it was sent?
Yeah, it always comes on a Friday. Matter of fact, I should get a new one today.
Okay. Okay.
And last week told me that I was at the end of my journey, pretty much, and that all there's gonna be a major door that's gonna open up for me financially, and that I need to be ready for it. Um, I need to set a foundation for this and prepare myself for it. Um, the things that I've been working for and feel like that I never got a return out of, um, that it's going to happen. All right, that it's all going to happen, and that those who had stolen these things for me are going to have to pay me back twice as much. And so I'm not sure if it's monetary, karma. I don't know. I don't put any expectations on anything. I just kind of go with the flow of stuff and see how things are going to turn out. Try to stay as balanced as possible anyway.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Let's see.
so that's where those come from.
Okay. Let's see. We're at the end, right? The 3D, where we are right now, only experiences a trickle-down effect, residual. All the work has already been done because the work that's being done, it's closer to source. And it's not here in the 3D. And that's why here in the 3D, you don't have to do anything. That's kind of where I'm coming from. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm realizing a lot of the things that I've learned, I don't need to use it or do it. But it's good to comprehend the system to be able to navigate and figure out different pieces. Like you bring a new piece to the puzzle that I can sort of look at. The woman that I'm with here, and it's not music alchemy.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of confirmation on that. She does some major work as a grandma, and she's the correct path. Essentially, she said that when words evoke power, and when you get into that with your emotions and your chakras are aligned with this, you can really manifest or make changes outside from, it starts out in the, it may come through the physical body here in the 3D, but then when it comes out, it hits other parts of the ethers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where the work happens. So it's like if I could spend more time sleeping, I'd get a lot more work done, right? Because I'm not interacting with this 3D facade.
Right.
But I'm here and we're interacting, and it's to, when you listen to this again, it might come to you that it's all about being able to, this year, nothing except cleanup is going to happen. Not access to funds, because this is the year of the pig. It's the end of the cycle. The beginning of it was in 2008 with Obama coming in. And that was the year of the pig. Year of the rat. And this is the year of the pig. You know, there are 12 animals that went to go see Buddha, and the pig was the last one. The pig is actually the human, the man. And that's how those who created this system thought of man as a pig. And when we think of how pigs are treated, do we eat bacon? This is why we don't eat pork. Or that's why Muslims don't eat pork, because they're the ones who are kept pure. Anyway, I don't expect to see money change here this year. I don't expect to see any money, actually. and it might be, maybe it comes in 2023 when Switzerland finally does their currency reset. It's like, can you hanging on until that time? I don't know. That's where getting out of the monetary mindset and think of bartering and trade, because that's what they do in the East.
Well, I could barter and trade all I want. I can put law all I want. I can stamp it with this and stamp it with that. But the minute I send it into that cartel, whose fake own asses own the property and won't give it up, they don't obey no laws. They don't do nothing. So what am I supposed to do?
Right.
I can't put a gun to their head and blow their heads off for treason and take what's really mine. That two wrongs don't make a right. So what do you do?
Right.
What do you do?
You find the gifts inside, and you said it. It's your voice. You do these chants. So the grandma with her grandson were marching around in the living room doing a chant, not realizing she was sending out an invocation. She was being monitored. She's heavily monitored. And with her grandson just playing, marching along, just delete the files. And, she's going around doing her thing, and debunking the system that's relying on her to say, go out and fight? No, she didn't say that. She heard it that this is what they wanted her to say, because that's what they want. They want war. But she said, go out and delete the files, because that's what it's about. She's giving herself remedy. Next thing you know, all these cars are coming in like it's a police ambush, but it's not. It's just like the neighbors coming in because they're all trained by a PSYOP program. And anyway, after that, everything was quiet for her. And I have to look at the date, but she said about February when this happened to her and her grandson. And she had not been heavily surveillance. That band of people had disappeared. So they sent a new set. And now she's in a new situation. Right, and I'm witnessing it. So the gifts that you have, I don't know if it makes sense, that little PDF that I put together for you.
Yeah.
It's to read it, and I will add more because I'm learning about the planets as well, and each planet does represent a strength or quality, a character that can be used once those planetary alignments are in particular aspects, whether it's a square, whether it's a conjunct or sextile, whatever those aspects are. And as soon as I figure it out, I'll send it to you, resend it to you with some insight.
Yeah. I could do a lot of things, but it's pointless to me, to be honest with you. It's pointless to me to believe it or not. We'll edit this part out, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
still.
Let me pause then. Okay, here we go. Record there. Okay, now we're recording. I will put a link in the video description, and you'll have that document. But basically, it will be that the notary public is the second option for moving documents or instruments from the private to the public. And that's what can be used in a court of law, basically. And it can be used to discharge a lot of obligations using this process, as opposed to going through the bank for payment, because we know the banks are all a problem.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. It's a lot. I wish. I would hope one day that you would be available. I'm peeking behind my steering wheel.
Yeah. Scary. Scary.
I will hope one day that you're available like on a Saturday, because I'm going to take a day off one day, and I'm going to, it's going to be my follow Shayna instruction day. Okay. And I'm going to get up about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock when things are open. I'm prepare things the night before, and I'm going to just take them out and deliver them. All right. All the things that we talked about this morning, tickets, the patent, housing, all this stuff. I just want to take a day to do this. And what would be really cool if I could, God, why am I leaning over like that? What would be really cool if I documented this step by step as far as the process. Well, just document me where I'm going and what I did in that sense. For example, I took my land patent, I updated it, I got this paperwork. Now I'm taking it dropping it off at the postal service, and I'm picking up this envelope and mailing it this way. And I know I have to wait 5 weeks. And that's the series right there on patenting your land. Okay, now I got this ticket, and do the same process, videotape me mailing it out and so forth, and the responses that come. So people are they're not so afraid. You know what I mean? They're not so afraid. I think a lot of people aren't doing anything, and I'll speak for myself as well, is that you're afraid of what they may do.
Right.
It's being a man of indigenous in the damn South. All right.
Oh, yeah.
How in the hell he know this? Right now, I've been brave enough to go into their vineyards on several occasions. All right, my heart pumps no Kool-Aid, sweetheart. But at the same time, it would be real dumb of me to show up in front of your house to pick a fight. You know what I mean? So I mean, just being able for people to see what needs to be done and what happens afterwards would be great. I'd be willing to take that walk and document that as far as things that you're showing and teaching in this case. Because, hell, I ain't doing nothing else besides work. I'm working for this man 8-10 hours a day. You know what I mean? And I'm working for him. I can pretty much work for myself and do whatever I need to do anyway. So it would be a great thing to kind of document that kind of stuff, including trips to the notary, meeting your notary, meeting a postman, what to do with this stamp, what to do with this particular money order, and why.
Mm-hmm.
So it give a complete breakdown on everything.
Okay, that would be great. If you could,
Agreed. Cool. Then we'll start with the land pack.
It'd be good.
I've got a certified copy.
Mm-hmm. It would be good if you could talk to somebody in these different offices.
Okay.
And interview them. Do an informational interview.
I can do that as well.
Because that's inside information. That's inside information that would be helpful to know. How much do they know about what you're learning?
Okay, and who would I be having this conversation with?
Let's say when you go to the
just anybody in general. Would it be the postman, the postmaster, or a supervisor at the postal service, or what? Who stamps and things of that nature? Because if you hold a money order up to the light, it's like $100 bill, right?
Yeah.
No.
It has special markings. It'd be good to I want to say interview or do a talk with somebody who collects stamps or someone who deals with the Postmaster General. They're based in Washington, D.C. So who's the top supervisor in your location that you could talk to, right? Just keep asking, is there somebody else above you? I need to talk to them. Do a search in terms of who is available and open to talking. Available are the ones who have something to say about what they've discovered.
Yeah, I'd like to know. And those are the people who deal with.
Yes.
Because you deal with this slack ass motherfucker, my friend, that you see pork on the menu everywhere now. You know, and it limits you to what's available to you. Like before I became secure party and things of that nature, I just existed the way everybody else did. Ran a business. Now that I know better, I'm attempting to do better, but it's like there aren't enough resources available in order to operate, so you're forced. No, there's not enough resources on the on my end that I understand that I can use. So it's like I have to go back to this other side over here just to get some type of remedy or relief or something. It's hard for me to pay for groceries with a note or an instrument or hell. I guess getting a credit card is participating in the fraudulent system as well too.
Well, unless that credit card is a prepaid card. A prepaid card. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I do need to get going, but let's find another time that we can meet up, do a video conference. I'll see about a Saturday if that's possible.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I will let you know as soon as I can. Okay.
Okay. All right, Shayna. Am I gonna be missing you for the next 9 weeks?
9 weeks. Wow.
Yeah, you will get busy on me. I know you. You'll get busy.
It's quite possible, but right now for the next 9 days anyway, I'm just kind of laying low because nothing much can happen. It's really just cleaning up. I do have one big task that I've got to take care of, and that's really going to end the final contract with this asshole. So, yeah. Otherwise, I don't want to say just take care of yourself. I want you to start recognizing your ancestors and your lineage because they are the ones who have the answers who serving not just you and your daughter, you're actually carrying the load for your ancestors before you.
No, nobody's done it. Nobody was willing to do this. Nobody was willing to do it. I knew a while ago that once I found out what I found out, that I was gonna be the one. Nobody else was willing to give up what I gave up in order to find out the information I found out. And believe it or not, I feel like I don't know a lot, but I sacrificed a lot. Years. years, a hell of a lot, just to even get to where I am now. It ain't an easy walk.
I believe you. I believe this is true.
So once I can free myself and do those type things, then I can start reaching back for other people, especially my children, you know, especially for them. I don't want to tell my son something, you know, and then not be able to follow through, and he's in a situation that I'm in. You know, when I tell him this stuff and teach him this stuff, these things, the truth, I want to be able to be financially enough prepared to support them while they go through this transition, because it's a transition what you're going through. You're unlearning everything you had to learn.
Right.
So it's a trip. But okay, I know you got to go, and your time is precious again. I just love getting on this line with you and seeing your smiling face and your blog. You know, so yeah, I gotta do the 9 to 5 thing, Twix.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you hang in there. We'll be in touch. I'm gonna upload this video on the other channel, and then it'll probably be later tonight that I include some links, because that's when I'll be able to work. I hear the little one coming up. That's why. Okay.
I'm going to the pretty lady, Grammy.
So funny. Something like that.
Yeah, somebody likes you.
Oh,
okay. All right. See you later.
Okay. Drive safely.
I'm here. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.